It really is so weird seeing how tall everyone actually is. This must be what the vulgar militiamen feel like when they fight us. Chilling, underground dwellers gotta stick together. I love that I can't tell ever what character you're playing on because you always wear the same armor set on all of them. I might be doing a little gaming, but I can like tab out. I'm not dedicated, I'm just in Mogwin Palace. I find that hard to believe. Yeah, I gotta come advise. I find that hard to believe. Aren't you the guy that came up with the multiple tree theory? How could we forget? Yeah. Give me a second. I have to I have to die. Okay, we're good. Yes. Are those only at Fair Missoula? That makes sense. That was all pre Shadow Realm banishing. And Mesmer's kind of the snake guy. Do you think Mesmer's serpent is Eagle? Probably not. It's probably hang on, there's an item that talks about it. Uh, Fashioned in the image of an ancient serpent deity and tool of a forgotten religion practiced on Mount Gilmer. So I guess it's possible. You know what's weird to me? That I just want to bring up before we get too Miro brain. Talisman of the Dread. It's a talisman of Baal. Raises the potency of magma. The only other place we ever see magma is on Mount Gilmer, or with weapons associated with Mount Gilmer. Well, magma worms do, I guess. Dragon Communion and all that. Theodorix. Yeah, so magma worms, I guess. And Bale's tyranny, obviously. I don't know. It's weird to me that like magma only has the two instances. Was it? Is it? Go ahead. This is the collaborative pursuit of truth. Some people have to be wrong. Yeah. Mariga. Yeah. Ooh, hang on. I might blow your mind. Sword encrusted with a line of stars fashioned from small pieces of crude glintstone. When bestowed with this weapon by their queen, the swordsmen swear to find the truth that lies at the end of the procession of stars. Purple is associated with gravity magic and Elden Ring. And the demi-human queens are all sorcerers or sorceresses, I guess, if they're all queens. So I think they glimpsed at least some sort of. And gravity spells Other than once you get up into like Alabaster Lord spells are all fairly low intelligence. So they probably glimpse something in the stars. This is important. 20,000 dogs and some seamster guy. Wait, where does that find the darkness beyond the stars come from? It's the uh, okay, yeah, that's fair. No, the item says the truth that lies at the end of the procession of stars. You know what else is associated with truth? The mother. Okay, that looks really in depth. Whatever you've got going on up there, and I see the big scribble. Smithing stone. Smithing stone. Yeah. Mhm. Specifically scales from Placidu's X. Mhm. Yeah, the little ones are just actual stones. Mhm. That makes sense. If you consider the fact that the Elden Beast was a star in and of itself, it probably tinged whatever meteor it came on with gold. Yeah. What is what is this from actually? It sounds like your dialogue. Yeah. I guess Astel kind of looks like rocks too. Yeah. It kind of looks like planets and rocks. Almost crystal, which is we know is associated with stars. Yes. They don't. Yeah, they don't really explicitly look like fingerprints. No. Probably related to the crucible somehow, I would imagine. Depends on who you ask. I mean, shouldn't we all be? Wait, oh, that's cool. I wanted to contrast something that sounded similar, and it is, it should not be forgotten that Glenstone's sorcery is the study of stars and the life therein, which Selwyn says. Count Ymir says, I am a Glenstone sorcerer. We study the stars and examine the life therein. So that really is just like the sorcerer mantra. I gotta make this full screen. Um, okay. Red and blue associated. Oh, I was looking at the wrong thing. Didn't we all be? Yeah. Stitch a bunch of dead people together and make a god. Was the one reborn divine, or was it considered a failed experiment? Hmm. Yeah. Plane. Wait. Star falls Elden Beast higher plane space whale washes up on beach coast higher plane whale. I'm pretty sure this is the lyrics to the sequel to Ocean Man. The Saints. Yeah, sort of. I mean, Yeah, maybe. I guess so. I don't know. I always got confused as to what the purpose of the clock tower hospital actually was. Why did they turn into meatheads? No, they were giving them parasites, right? Like directly. Well, we get like the cost parasite though. They were probably giving him a stronger strand, and then the blood. Although I guess they're called blood saints. No, wait. Here we go. Early days of the healing church, the great ones were linked to the ocean, and so the cerebral patients would imbibe water and listen for the howl of the sea. Anyway, that was a bit of a tangent, but I had to know. Spiritual crucible. Your strife. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A strong take is basically the motto. Oh, yeah. A crown was warranted with strength. Something says that. I think Godfrey's armor. Godfrey, acts of Godfrey, symbolic of Godfrey's vow to conduct himself as a lord, becoming an emblem of the golden lineage. In the days of the past, a crown was warranted with strength. Is there a transition? So hard to see in game. But yeah, those are definitely little bodies. Yeah, and it's a tool of communion with the formless mother. Uh, yeah, yeah, very ancestral followers. Yeah, it's a mineral buildup. I looked it up as soon as I found it because I was like, are the cows doing math? No. Okay. Yeah. Are you getting the double helix DNA just from the spiral? Picture of the tree with the hole in it. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Naturally. It is cool. Hang on, I do just. It is cool. I can just imagine that being like a footnote of like an artist draws a tombstone and Miyazaki's like, it needs to look more distinct. So the artist puts a hole in it and he's like, that's where the spirit goes. And Miyazaki's like, it's perfect. A larval tear. Well, larval tears in the Shadow Realm have a different description. It looks it looks exactly like one from the Shadow Realm. The wiki that burgeons from spirit graves and lives only a fleeting existence, neither flesh nor spirit, but something in between. I mean, I'd say that sums up the primal glintstone. Although I'm pretty sure the primal glintstone was actually like profane witchcraft, and part of the reason Selene got kicked out because she kept stealing bodies. The way she talks really makes it sound like she's been alive longer than she should be. Yes. Baron. hmm Wait, the horns containing spirits? Yeah. Mm. Mm. I don't think I've ever talked to her after I killed Dungator. I just don't usually bother with his quest. I leave him in jail. I've done his quest once and then I've killed him several times just in jail. hmm Yeah, similar to the Fell God. Yeah, that is the mitochondria, I think. That makes a lot of sense considering a lot of sense considering the fact that they were used on furnace golems. Put a scribble. Put a scribble. Scribble it. Yeah, to the seat of the sun. It's over, yeah. If you miss the cookbook, you're adding like 3 hours to your playthrough. Yeah. It also explains why he can use it, because the only other thing that burns soul is the frenzied flame. Yeah, because it's conjoined. Well, I mean, do you subscribe to the theory that Melina is the Glowmite Queen? Yeah. Your tree burial is explicitly stated to happen in the catacombs where you find all the roots. The seat of the sun has long since faded away. We don't actually see the beastmen wield it. We see the undead beastmen wield it exclusively. It's also wielded by skeletons in the lands between. Beastmen use the jar shield. Yeah, like the only item description I have memorized from Faramazula is the beastmen have long since has have I guess I don't actually have it memorized. I have like the summary of it memorized, which is the Beastmen have been firing earthenware jars forever to break and make shields out of. And the game even says, such are their ways, strange as they are. I'm holding. Don't hold on. Is like what would eclipse the sun? Yeah, I think so. I've actually had that like a pseudo related theory for a while that Ronnie is the reason the eclipse can't happen because she's got that outer god dark moon on speed dial, and yeah, it's on the list, you know, the long list of villainous things that Ronnie has done. She kept the eclipse from happening so that she could keep Godwin dead. She's like, look at all these fools trying to get the eclipse to happen. Ha. Huh. And then Radon does it once, and she's like, "That's not fair. It's not fair. Tell him to stop, Mom." Yeah. Well, that's what the mirror board is for. It's to make connections. Then once you have the connections, you can look into them. Purple is also the original hue of Ghost Flame, or violet, I guess. If you're a color purist, the hue of Ghost Flame. There it is. Could be the glomide queen's eye. Could be Melena's eye. Does it look like Melena's eye? It's less vibrant, for sure. I don't think it's as purple as it looks. I don't want to be like the ultimate contrarian, but but hang on, hang on. Give me a second. I'm about to we're gonna do a little bit of an experiment. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna be the streamer for a second. And I haven't tested this, I just wanna see. You're in? Okay. So you see all these colors over here? These red and yellows. There's an experiment you're supposed to do in art class when you're learning color harmony that you take an eyedropper on a painting that you like and you go click over in a color and you drag it out, or you try to replicate a color and you really try to well, you try to get a good range of it. Anywhere I haven't gotten. And what you're doing is color is all relative. So you always want to like this gray. We'll say this red. I need a better we'll go here. This is this is pretty dark, right? Pretty dark color. See how bright it looks suddenly? We're seeing if these look truly purple. See, we're here, way over in the purplish red, halfway down saturation zone. This one looks more red to me. Yeah, looks way more red to me. This one looks pink slash reddish to me. Definitely more in that range. This is what I'm talking about. I see a little bit with this, but like for the most part, looking at this image, I don't see most of this as purple. It's got it. It just looks it relative to the warm yellow and the bright reds. So did I get? I didn't get a good enough screenshot, but I don't know. Probably might not mean anything. Maybe it's supposed to be purple. I don't know. I'm not a purple scientist. I just wanted to see how it would turn out. Really. Mhm. Yeah, Joanna. And they serve the fingers. And the fingerprint looks like the black flame symbol. Yeah. This looks like one of those like drug comparisons where it's like weed, crack, heroin. Yeah, black flame. Yes. This is, this is the most impressive graph on the entire Miro board. Oh, it's just like Mikola and Trina. Dang it, Mikola. Yeah, I can see it. I I like it. The Glowmite Queen is never referred to as a god. I can tell you that now. Never. Yeah. You just think a couple of people are like glomide, and then one of them is the glomide queen, like queen of the glomides. Yeah. Well, it also makes sense that Malekith would have it, given that he killed the glomide queen. Is it a jail cell? It's like an office, sort of. Yeah. What is. Wait, when is it called a jail cell? Hmm? Surveillance, executions, gruesome rituals, the darkest duties drive the wheels of mankind. That's from the row, but it doesn't mention a jail cell. What? What are you talking about? Yeah. Hmm. Except Trina. Yeah. Well, sort of, but that's like, yeah, I mean, I guess I see what you're going with. Although, no, the Glomide Queen wasn't Violet, was she? Okay, well, like, yeah, the eye, but Yeah, maybe. I feel like the Glowmite Queen always used black flame. Because Violet's Ghost Flame. I still think Mikola has an outer god out there somewhere. I don't know what. I don't know if it's ever stated. It could be the Horn Sense god. No idea. But I do think Mikola has an outer god somewhere out there. So it makes sense that they would have discovered it together. And the Glowmite, not the Glowmite, the Saint Trina would have been like, what if we didn't? Mikola tossed her into a pit. And yeah, Mikola was, according to Leda at least, and a little bit Melania, Mikola was definitely like the more the muscle of the group. Because Leda says he abandons his blinding strength, and Melania says he's the strongest Empyrean. So it definitely makes sense to me that like Radagon could have taken Marika in a fight because Marika was just a healer, and Mikola can easily just toss Trina into a pit if he wants to. Makes sense. I don't think Trina ever lost innocence, but so maybe that's more like Mikola's blossom. Yeah. Also, Trina killing Mikola, granting him forgiveness has always been interesting. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of just like not never spelled out nonsense at the end of this DLC at first glance, and then you dive into it and you're like, wow, this This nonsense really is never spelled out. But at least go ahead. It's such a you thing to say, yeah. Not mine. My favorite line has gotta be, yeah. It is cool hearing that dialogue for the first time. But it is like, I don't, it's still just like it's icing on a cake that like fell apart in the oven. We'll have to keep digging. Well, it just has to make sense. It doesn't make any sense. We don't know enough about anything about Mikola's actual plan to know how Trina meant any of that. And until we get concrete answers, it's all speculation. Is that is that the Japanese version? Mikola's. Yeah, cause and effect. Wait, where does the original sin come? Leda says it right, or who says it? Okay. Yeah. 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 I don't I tend to pretty quickly discount cut content because there's just so many other games where it would change everything. I don't say I don't like it, I just say I wish there was more. I don't think it's great closure. Yeah. It would have had to. He can't get to the Shadow Realm until Moog does the blood ritual. I mean, people knew about the omens. It was just kind of a hushed secret of nobility because royals would have kids with horns and then they would just get sent to the shunning grounds instead of having their horns cut off. So it's highly probable Nicola knew about it. Um, I don't know why he picked Moog. I guess maybe he just yeah, I was gonna say it's probably it would have been pretty easy for Mikola to write off Moog as being evil, with him worshipping the formless mother and sacrificing and whatnot. So yeah, use your body. Don't eat your soul though. gonna let gonna let my buddy Midra hold on to that one for a little bit. Yeah, yeah, but again, I mean, competing ideologies, I guess. Moog still wanted to become Lord and reign in a dynasty. Dynasty, as he says it. And Godwin very clearly heavily involved with the Golden Order and totally loyal to Godfrey at least and America. And then Morgoth Morgoth is trying to maintain order and like more if he could have gotten into the Erd Tree, Morgoth would be Golden Lord. But America shut him out because she knew that he would just reinstate the Greater Will and all that. So America's like, I need a tarnished who can do it with their own ideals. It's such a interesting thing that Morgoth loves the Golden Order the way he does. I'm wondering I'm wondering if part of it is like his connection to Godfrey that he clearly had. Godfrey had seen him since he was like a child, I'm guessing. So it would make sense to me that Godfrey's like the Golden Order is it, and like the Golden Order is the way you should grow up. And Morgoth just holds on to that idea his whole life. Yeah, Morgoth's Morgoth's. I guess you could say Morgoth was used by the Greater Will, if such a thing exists. Again, hard to tell. Can you do it in 10 minutes? I mean, don't worry about it if it goes a little long. But let me stop streaming so that I can stream anything. And reading all these sacrificial material, the ritual material descriptions in Bloodborne just makes me want to go play Bloodborne. It's next year Bloodborne turns 10 years old. I'm sure we're gonna get that Blue Point remaster. There it is. Oh, don't worry, they're gonna change literally everything because it's Blue Point. Yeah, and then it's no, it's actually PS6 launch title. That's actually what people are thinking right now. Sony already said last year they were like the PS5 has entered the latter half of its life cycle. So everybody's like, okay, Bloodborne Bloodborne Remastered is going to be the launch title for the PS6 and it's the only game that will come out on it. Okay, here we go. Oh, nice at Battle Axe. Deep Root Depths. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's the waterfall. Yeah. It's yeah, the Shafra. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I'm starting to figure out where the waterfall is. Yeah. Just kind of stops. Yeah. Yeah. This is what happens when game developers who don't know anything about rivers just need a pretty looking section. Putrescence, we know now. Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure it's just literal putrescence is what's covering Godwin's arena. Or, yeah, or it's just kind of there. Yeah, 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 yeah. Shafra. You just got to remember the Shafra River incident. There it is, yeah. Yeah, you end up here. Yeah, those massive waterfalls lead to this little stream. Yeah. Doesn't the other one empty out in the Lake of Rod, or am I thinking of the wrong thing? Yeah. Yeah. The ants aren't. Wait, purple eyes. The ants have purple eyes, and they're being mind controlled. Yeah, there you go. Credit me in your thesis. Yeah. Dragonkin warrior Nox Stella. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Good ending. And then Astel said, "Hey, that's a good There's a You could have made that a YouTube video. There's a guy on YouTube who does that for various games. Yeah. Any Austin. He's got several videos that are like, where do Skyrim's rivers come from? Where do Hyrule's rivers go? How do Fallout NPCs get home? Yeah, yeah. That is cool. I wish I could stay and hash it out with you, but I need to leave. Yeah, I'll make sure to really like chew on it, and I'll send you a couple paragraphs in Steam chat. Well, yeah, hopefully soon. But for now, I'm gonna send you a funny image, and I don't know why I made this. I'm gonna have to send it on Discord because I just closed Steam. I don't know why I made this, but because of the fact that I made it, you have to see it too. I'm gonna send this with no context and immediately leave the call. So goodbye.